try to remember yourself at the age of 7. What were you like? Recall your most vivid memories from that time. What was happening? How did you feel? If you can't seem to remember, look for your old childhood photos, because that's exactly what photos are for. They preserve the most interesting and vivid events. That's what today's video is about. Old photographs. You will definitely be amazed, so make sure to watch this video until the very end. Australian Aborigines in chains at Wyndham Prison, 1902. Aborigines could be arrested under various local laws that prohibited them from entering certain towns or being within a certain distance of them. It is also possible that they were arrested for cannibalism. Protest against the law prohibiting marijuana possession, Vancouver, Canada, 1971. Eventually, Canadians succeeded, and nearly 50 years later, the country legalized marijuana, becoming the second country after Uruguay to do so. In the 1930s, child safety in the UK was viewed much more casually. Children without helmets, sitting without seatbelts. These were the realities of pre-war times, when safety wasn't a priority. Workers and 3 links of the anchor chain for the Titanic, 1910. Huge parts were handmade. The size of the ship was record-breaking for its time. This photo is a classic example of Beatlemania, the mass hysteria that gripped fans of the Liverpool Four. The girls in the photo are screaming, crying, and reaching out to their idols, barely hearing their music because of the general noise. 1963. When you're bored on the front line, improvisation becomes a necessity. These scenes helped soldiers distract from the war and keep their morale up. French soldiers dressed as women entertained their comrades. Maginot Line, 1940. 2 seconds after the explosion in Nagasaki, Japan, a rare photo taken at the moment of the catastrophe. August 9th, 1945, the day that changed the course of world history. USA, 1956. An African-American family drinking water from a fountain labeled Whites Only. Next to it is a separate fountain labeled Colored Only. The contrast is striking. The people are neatly and decently dressed, but find themselves in a humiliating position due to racial segregation. Inuk caribou from Arviat in Ilgak. Snow glasses traditionally made from wood, bone, walrus tusk, and caribou horns. Northwest Territories, Canada, 1921. The glasses are used to prevent snow blindness, photokeratitis, caused by the reflection of sunlight from the snow. The first wireless telephone, 1919. The photo depicts one of the early devices working on the principle of radio communication. Contrary to popular belief, the ideas of wireless communication existed long before mobile phones. The eruption of Mount Vesuvius in Italy and B-25 bombers flying over it, March 1944. An apocalyptic wartime frame, a coincidence of natural and human-made disasters. King George inspects tigers killed during the day, India, 1911. A shot from the coronation tour in India. Today the image is seen as cruel, but at the time it was considered a sign of royal valor. Halloween, 1930s. Creepy children costumes before the rise of mass culture. The holiday was genuinely eerie. Australian soldiers after being freed from Japanese captivity, 1945. A photograph of pain, joy, and exhaustion. Many of these men had spent years in captivity. After the war, Messerschmitt switched from making fighter planes to producing three-wheeled cars, 1954. The transition from military to civilian production was an important phase in Germany's history. A waitress entertains a customer, Tokyo, Japan, 1970s. A traditional Japanese cafe where waitresses interact informally with customers. One of the prototypes for future maid cafes. This photo features Johan Christian Petersen, the tallest man in Iceland's history, standing at 2.34 meters. The photo was taken in 1950 during his performances in circuses and shows around the world. Photo illustrates the polygamous traditions of the East, common in the 19th century. A man with his wives and servants. Egypt, 1870s. Perceptions of polygamy have changed over time, but these photos remain historical records. Maintenance of the nuclear reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, USSR, 1980s. Even before the 1986 catastrophe, such photos symbolized scientific progress. Now they remind us of the tragedy that changed the course of history. A woman of easy virtue waiting for clients, Italy, 1932. A photograph reflecting the social side of life in early 20th century Europe. Prostitution was legalized in some countries, but remained a taboo topic. A German POWs in line for food rations, 1944. After the defeat at Stalingrad and subsequent operations by the Red Army, thousands of German soldiers were captured. This photo was taken before the legendary Parade of the Defeated, when POWs were paraded through Moscow in celebration of the victory. The first female tractor driver in Uzbekistan, 1923. The photo symbolizes the massive social changes in the USSR. Women gained the opportunity to work in previously male-dominated professions. This photo is a testament to the new era and gender equality. The inventor of the game Tetris, Alexei Pajitnov, the man who filled millions of screens with blocks. Pajitnov created Tetris in the USSR in 1984, a game that became a global cultural phenomenon. Portrait of a coal miner, Havana, 1933. Moby the whale undergoes a dental checkup at Marineland Park, USA, 1964. Anti-British sentiments in Japan, 1940s. A World War II-era poster. Japan actively conducted propaganda against colonial powers, including the British Empire. Defensive move by a soldier during the Mexican Civil War, 1913. Miss Idaho in potatoes, 1935. The Harvest Festival, American style. The beauty pageant winner among potato producers in the state of Idaho. In 1950, American company Ortho, one of the largest fertilizer producers, discovered that its ammonium sulfate was selling poorly, just like the competitors. The company's managers decided, it's time to change strategy. There are no bananas there, buddy. Photo from 1968. An experienced photographer captured a funny moment when a chimpanzee peeks under a woman's skirt. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. If you'd like, you can give a like. Also, be sure to check out our other collections of amazing photos. Have a great day.